WrestleMania 36 so far has been a very eventful pay-per-view despite having no crowd. But we've learned a lot of interesting stuff after day one of WrestleMania. And we got some very interesting news. We're going to talk about the things that WWE did not want you to know about when it comes to WrestleMania 36.
You have arrived at your destination.
Now, I'm not going to lie and say WrestleMania 36 was perfect. But based on the circumstances, it definitely wasn't as bad as many were thinking, especially when it came to overall match card. I think if this was in front of 80,000 fans, a lot of people would be excited about the pay-per-view, but obviously the world circumstances have completely changed that. But nonetheless, the show went on, and after day one, we really got a good idea of how WWE was producing WrestleMania 36. And there's a couple things that I think were very clear based on the presentation that WWE kind of messed up on, but nonetheless, they were kind of able to get away with it because of that circumstances. Now, with that being said, WrestleMania 36 had a couple great moments and a couple not so good moments. As you guys know, WWE's audio was kind of an issue for WrestleMania 36. If there was one thing that a lot of people were complaining about on Twitter, at least on my feed, one of the things I saw was the audio mixing between the commentators, the wrestlers, and pretty much everything else. There was some inconsistencies with that. But it was very clear with WWE, there was a couple things that they tried to avoid altogether in this pay-per-view. And I think it's very easy to say that this will also be what is likely to be seen in day two of WrestleMania 36. So starting with the most important thing that they did not want you to know, they did not want you to know why Roman Reigns was out of the match. They made it very clear, despite Triple H saying that there was going to be a unique way of Roman Reigns being written off of the title match. That's not what we saw. We saw Braun Strowman become victorious against Goldberg, and WWE did not want you to know why Braun Strowman was there. They were very, very quick throughout this past week on SmackDown, as well as the pay-per-view, to explain why Braun Strowman was the replacement, but they made it very clear that they were going to treat it as such, as it's such a big moment. And I think that was one of the reasons why Braun Strowman, obviously becoming victorious, it was, I guess, better than what we expected, but it was a quick match, and I think it's kind of crazy how WWE just spends so much money on Goldberg for literally 45-second matches, or what was it, 2 minutes long total? But they absolutely did not want you to know that Roman Reigns was what was taken out of the match. They didn't want you to know why he was taken out of the match, which altogether kind of becomes one really big thing that WWE did not want you to know. Even though they've made some slight acknowledgments, they refuse to talk about the word. You know, it's the word that I keep telling you guys I keep getting demonetized for from YouTube. But this pandemic that is happening across the world globally, WWE refuses to say the word. And there's a difference between us YouTubers who can't say the word because obviously it takes away from our videos being pushed out and sent out to our subscribers. We don't get monetized on it. So you see a lot of YouTubers kind of refrain from that. But WWE really has no excuse to kind of talk about it. And I think that's why WWE, they could have easily acknowledged Roman Reigns' situation based on real life circumstances, maybe even do some sort of PSA to let people know about social distancing and whatever it may be. But WWE did not do that. So that was probably the largest thing that they did not want you to know. They did not want you to know that this pay-per-view was impacted by the thing. Even though Stephanie cut a little promo in the beginning, they still did not acknowledge what it was that is preventing everybody. Even though we all know we're talking about the content that they're producing, we are smart enough to know because we are living in it, but they need to be a little bit more open about it. And one thing that I thought was very interesting too, that I think a lot of people realistically had kind of expected to happen, but just did not know this was going to happen. And I actually tweeted this out. WWE needs to learn how to do jump cuts from YouTubers. Because I don't think they wanted you guys to know that the show was pre-taped. I don't think they wanted you guys to know that they redoed certain spots. We saw the ladder match, incredible triple threat ladder match, wonderful match. But there was a couple things that you can tell were obviously scripted, and the way that they shot it, they just pretty much patched it up by doing jump cuts. WWE did not want you to know that it was pre-taped. They don't want you to know that it was like a Hollywood set. But one of the biggest things about WrestleMania 36, day 1 and day 2, is because it is pre-taped, Vince McMahon called the shots from every moment that was, if it wasn't good enough, they redid the spot. If it was perfect, they kept going. And you could actually kind of tell a little bit of that was happening throughout the production. The one great thing about this all, though, is the show still came out pretty good. But WWE did not want you to know these things, and we know these things. And I think it was very, very clear, very obvious. But I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And guys, don't forget, subscribe on YouTube, ring that bell. And this way you guys could get notified literally on all of the latest content. Right now, YouTube continues to not push my videos out to everybody, but it's not a big deal. If you guys follow me on Twitter at Tango with Ango, you guys will actually know when I upload content. And it goes really appreciated when you guys support me, and we'll see what happens. Gaining tons of subscribers daily. I'm very excited to see what happens going forward, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This was the things that WWE did not want you to know about WrestleMania 36. If you think I missed something, just let me know in the comment section down below.
You have arrived at your destination.